Alright, shout out Obby in my comment section. He was like, with a numbers upgrade, Gladiator Hulk could be like really powerful with the amount of like passive damage over time effects that are currently in the game. And I was like, wait a second, I actually want to try how he like currently is, you know, put on some synergies of course, put on the boost to like mimic a rank 4 7-star, and I want to see like what like he does in this current setting of the game. And the answer is kind of a lot. Like he kind of does a lot of these like very modern defenders. Does he do them fast? I wouldn't really say yes. Like the fight time here, you're gonna see in a second, like, you know, just like what the fight time was. But yeah, I wasn't gonna post today, but I was very curious as to like how Gladiator Hulk does perform in the big 25 against these scary defenders. And I'll tell you what, he puts up a really good fight against most of these characters. Way better fight than like some of these other 2025 attackers. And yeah, here we go for the SP2, get that innervate, get that stun, and like the healing from Face Me is just absolutely carrying us so much that we can tank that SP2 and still walk away with 94% of our health. That is crazy. That is like really good stuff, and like that had me a bit surprised. Was the fight time 71 seconds? Yes, but she does have that very long immortality, and she does have like the safeguard as well. So yeah, like with that being said, that is still a pretty good fight time for Dark Phoenix, and the health finish is the most important part, obviously. So what synergies am I running? Well, I'm running Mojo, and I forgot what the other one is, but I have two synergies that help increase my attack rating whenever I am building up my crowd meter. So like I think it's Hercules actually that does give us that benefit, and I'm also running some bonus attack rating with She-Hulk and Joe Fixit. So pretty much all attack focused synergies here, and yeah, the attack rating does help for sure, especially when you combine the attack rating increase from the Face Me passive, which is the main topic of this video. As you can see, whenever we have a passive damaging DOT on us, we activate Face Me, which gives us a massive attack rating increase, and we also regen 70% of all damage taken. And you pair that with like, you know, willpower sometimes, and you can literally finish a Onslaught or like a Dark Phoenix or a Captain Britain with a full yellow bar because of Face Me. It is a really powerful effect, and yeah, like if he was a 7-star champion, he would be very useful in this current day and age. Would he be good? I don't know, because like I said, synergies are currently carrying Gladiator Hulk's damage output, so even at rank 4, I don't think the damage is fully there, even when Face Me is active like the entire fight. So I don't know for sure if like he's gonna be, you know, this crazy champion as a 7-star, but you know, my channel has changed drastically ever since I finished Brawl qualifiers. I am focused on like, you know, giving light to really underappreciated characters. This is like an old gems video technically, and like Gladiator Hulk in his spotlight is doing very well. Like this is a really fun fight, and he's just really fun to play. Like a Hulk with weapons is one of the best ideas ever made. So yeah, this Captain Britain does go down with like without losing any single percentage of health, which is insane, and it was in a minute flat for like 500,000 health. So yeah, pretty sweet stuff, and I didn't even plan on including this, but honestly dude, I have seen so many players struggle with Nico. It's insane how like such a, in my opinion, imbalanced attacker has such crazy defensive value as well. But the really funny part is that Gladiator Hulk is like perfect for Nico, because the way he works is he's poison immune, has no reliance on buffs whatsoever, so he is pretty much the perfect option for Nico, because it really just comes down to like the poison immunity, and like if you can bait that SP2 without like any, you know, consequences, that is the best way to get her down quickly. And so for that reason, Gladiator Hulk is unironically a very, very good counter to Nico. Here we drop the SP2, no crits, and of course the non-crits are pretty dang sad, but hey, those mediums, like 17,000 damage, I'll almost definitely take that. Here we go back in, drop the SP2 again, no crits still, but the fight still went by pretty quickly. It was under a minute, and yeah, it would be a pretty good score in Battlegrounds, but like I was saying, synergies are just really carrying this champion right now. So even if he did come out right now as a 7-star, he would be useful, obviously, but I just don't think that he'd be like competitive. He would just be like a, hey, there's this very annoying defender that has passive DOT, let me just use him real quick and get the fight down with like a full yellow bar. But now we have like some of the old classics, right? I want to show y'all what we used to use this character for, and Mojo was like the biggest thing, honestly. Like, man, this matchup used to be like the absolutely golden matchup for Gladiator Hulk, and it honestly still is. Like, he is a really good counter to Mojo. Here we go for the I guess the SP nothing, because yeah, the fight's pretty much done. Drop the SP2, and there we go. Face me, kept the degen in check the entire time, and like, that's just Gladiator Hulk for you. That's what he does. He keeps those DOTs in check, and if there's like willpower involved, you can very easily finish with a full yellow bar. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Also, one other like nice little trick with Gladiator Hulk is the awaken ability, where whenever they drop to 20% health, you can either get an extra fury passive or an extra regen, and that regen can really help you get that full yellow bar finish. And I think it's RNG. No, I actually have a theory. I think if you like play really well and like you don't let the opponent hit you at all, the crowd doesn't like that because they want like a very like even matchup. So you get the thumbs down, which is the fury, but if you take a lot of blocked hits or like take hits to the face, you get that like bonus, you get the bonus regen, which I think is a better thing to get because like I said, full yellow bar finishes are absolutely major. But now to end the video, we have what he was like made for pretty much, which is Dormammu. And yeah, this is like the real Hulk classic, man. Like, oh my god, Dormammu back in the day, he was just owned by Gladiator Hulk. And like, this was a time where like health finishes weren't that important, so he would take some degen damage still, but the most important part was like he would mitigate it enough to just get the fight down, because you know, back in the day you were just trying not to die, right? Like, it wasn't about, you know, full yellow bars and stuff. By the way, those SP2 crits, when they do crit, they're so nice, but for the most part his crit rate is not that good. He doesn't really crit often, so it's better to just like rely on that not happening, unfortunately. But yeah, this fight's going pretty well. We go for the intercept, and yeah, we drop the SP2 again in a second, get my crowd frenzy up to 100, get that bonus fury, and there we go. Now we're just absolutely cooking. And we get that regen, so we have that full yellow bar finish like on lock, unless they mess it up. But you know, so far so good. Drop the SP2, 40,000 crit again, and there we go. That was like, what, a minute for 900,000 health? But we did have that Science Wrath Fury passive bonus. So yeah, Gladiator Hulk, I feel like he is the hero that we need in 2025, because he just somehow works for some of the most meta defenders in this game. It's really funny how, like, if they wanted to, he can be revived so easily, and like, if he is a 7-star, like newer players that are just like struggling with these defenders like Captain Britain, Dark Phoenix, just slots right into like the Battlegrounds deck or like Alliance War, where he will be a really safe option. But like, competitively, maybe not all like there, because he does rely on synergies. But if like they put the synergies into the base kit, hey, now we're kind of cooking. So yeah, Gladiator Hulk, this was a fun video to make, a very short one, but I just wanted to get something out about this guy because he's honestly really fun, and I didn't think he'd be this useful, but no, he is absolutely useful. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Gladiator Hulk, and yeah, that's about it for me.